Look, folks, during the break, I have Fox News on. During the show, I have it on, but I mute it so I can do my program. But during the break, I pop it up. And the 8 p.m.er is on, and in his opening monologue, I guess he calls it the talking points, but he are the talking points. He was dumping on the Tea Party movement. Now, he's done that before with talk radio. He's particularly upset with 38 conservative Republicans in the House said, look, we're not voting to increase the debt limit. And he says the Tea Party's going to have to agree to a compromise lest they become irrelevant, evaporate, be blamed for all the problems and so forth. So basically, he's espousing the big media lie and the Democrat lie. The fact of the matter is that but for the Tea Party, Nancy Pelosi would still be in charge of the House. Moody's and S&P and others would have already downgraded our credit. The only thing that stands between us and a complete breakdown of this society is the Tea Party movement. I am sick and tired of the cheap shots. I'm sick and tired of them. I don't know what the 8 p.m.er actually knows about the Tea Party movement. I never saw him in any of the rallies. Not much. But he's a know-it-all. Always telling everybody else what to do, what to believe, what to think. And then claims to be a journalist. Oh, I know he's going to whine like a stuck pig because I'm taking him on. He can take on anyone he wants, tear down anybody he wants, but if somebody dares to respond, he wants them to be quieted. 8 p.m. or the Tea Party's not the problem, brother. The left is the problem and those who apologize for it. You're embracing this compromise, quote unquote, that Coburn put out there because you say Coburn's a big conservative. Have you actually looked at it? Have you read anything from the Cato Institute, the Heritage Foundation, Kevin Hennessy, who used to work for Bush? It's a disaster to the extent we can even figure it out. Jeff Sessions has huge problems with it. A lot of people have problems with it. So why are you embracing it or any compromise? You're barking up the wrong tree. The tree to bark up is over there at the White House. I'm tired of this game where conservatives are trashed, then he pulls back, then he does his analysis, then he trashes the left, and then claims that that's what a news guy does. This isn't news. So now you're extremists if you support the Constitution. Now you're extremists if you think $1.65 trillion a year in debt is a bad thing. You know, you folks need to make decisions about what programming you watch on television at certain times, what radio shows you listen to at certain times. You make those decisions. Because you're smart. You're very smart. I don't talk down to my audience. All the hosts claim to have the smartest audience. I have the smartest audience. And many of you listen to other shows, too. So when you listen to the other shows, you're the smartest audience for those shows, too. Good. But how the hell can the Tea Party be the problem in this country? We're at this point today where we are, a disaster, that Moody's and the S&P are pointing out, not because of the Tea Party movement, but because of Obama. But because of Republicans and Democrats in Congress who've been doing this for decades. And it's caught up with us. How the hell can you blame the Tea Party activists? And how dare you do that, 8 p.m.er? Guy wants to be loved by Jon Stewart, wants to be loved by this guy and that guy in Hollywood, wants this. Oh, he's on The View. Oh, how great. He's on The View. How wonderful. With that Whoopi Goldberg. And the other Yentas there, I can't remember all of what's like Joe Behar. Good Lord. Just need to be really thoughtful and selective about your entertainment decisions, about your television and radio decisions. I'm serious about that. Talking points. Those are my talking points. Now, Bill, you are the talking points. You are the talking points memo. Anyway, guy's always looking for a fight, always takes the first swing, and then when somebody defends themselves or defends their friends, as I do, oh, did you hear what he said? Oh, don't ever let him on here. No. Isn't he Mr. Culture Warrior? Oh, don't get me started on that one. No. Don't let me tell the folks about that one. Culture Warrior. All right, I'm just very angry about these cheap shots at the Tea Party movement, the Tea Party activists. I don't know who he thinks is in his audience. Maybe it's a bunch of lefties. You're going to keep attacking conservatives. You're going to keep attacking many of the people who watch your program. I guess they're going to stop watching your program. You can always watch Hannity at 9 p.m. Eastern. He doesn't attack the Tea Party movement. He supports it. And then in Forbes, John Zogby, no right-winger. He writes, Obama legacy may be withering the American dream. Yeah, tell us about it. Barack Obama's 2008 campaign trumpeted hope for the future. But his legacy may include presiding over the withering of the American dream. Belief that the American dream is possible has dropped by 20% since his election. How many times have we talked about when you look around this country, when you walk in a mall or you go into a grocery store or whatever, people are unhappy. They just don't smile like they used to. They don't walk like they used to with confidence in this country. Many people are unemployed. Many people don't know if they're going to keep their jobs or they're having other problems with their homes and so forth. People are on edge, and not just a few. 20, 25, 30% of the population. And this proves it out, John Zogby being a pollster as he is. So people are losing faith in the country, actually, in the possibility of an American dream. And Obama goes on and on about what he inherited, millionaires and billionaires, how we need to attack them. Working people are suffering under this man's policies. And so when the 8 p.m.er gets up there and attacks the Tea Party movement, which is trying to save this nation, trying to stop this idiocy, this madness, it infuriates me. We need the Tea Party to grow. We need it bigger, bigger, and bigger. Because what is the Tea Party? What is the Tea Party? It's a group of American citizens with no axe to grind who believe in individual liberty, private property rights, the capitalist economic model, who believe that the Constitution is not just a document, but it's the law of the land. And that when politicians put one hand on the Bible and raise their other hand and swear to God that they will faithfully follow the Constitution, and then, as soon as they're done taking the oath, faithfully follow some other agenda, that it is destroying this nation. I am so proud of you people. I just want to reassure you about this. I am so proud of you people. Forget about these other morons. Greece needed a Tea Party movement. Italy needs a Tea Party movement. Spain needs a Tea Party movement. All of these societies need a Tea Party movement. Because you know what the Tea Party movement is? It's a freedom movement. That's what it is. It's a freedom movement. It's parents and grandparents doing what's moral when their children are facing economic destruction. And what is moral to do when you're a parent or a grandparent? Protect them. Defend them against that which is threatening them. That's what you're doing. Hey, you can't compromise that. You're not going to be browbeaten into dropping that. And that's what we're talking about. This generation has an obligation to the next generation, just as the generation before ours had an obligation to us. That's what this is all about. Some people will never comprehend it, and they don't matter. You make your selections on what you watch on TV and radio. You make them very carefully. And if this guy at 8 p.m., he doesn't get his act together, I'm going to focus on him a hell of a lot.